who would want to be here too to support, and to all the people that are listening and showing support through prayers and through likes and tweets. But just want to say thank you to each and everybody out there who's giving support for what we're doing here. And I just want to remind us, like, in this fight to get our land back, it's not just about getting our land back, it's about changing the very system that was created to take our land in the first place. And it's that system that is going to push back against us. And for us to not be fearful, to remember that we're just continuing on something that our ancestors did before us. When this is trying to test us. Are we going to give in? Are we going to be fearful? Are we going to act from a place of fear? Are we going to act from a place of courage? And so today, when I woke up, I was encouraged. I felt good. I felt good that we got to be in this fight. I felt good that we got to do this on behalf of our land and for our people. And so it's messed up what they're doing, but what they don't even know is we're taking what they're doing to us and we're turning it around on them. And their acts of aggression towards us is only gonna be a part of what's gonna create the momentum to tear these systems down and change it for our people. And so yeah, I feel good about what we're doing here and the stand that we made. And I'm encouraged, to stand with all the other land defenders. I would say there was over 100 of us up there. Maybe there was only 20 of us who got arrested, but there was a lot more of us that were up there. Many of you that were here, and so I'm honored to be doing this work on behalf of our people and our communities, especially at this time. There's a lot of people who need something to give inspiration to, and I know that a lot of elders have reached out and given support. And a lot of our people who have reached out and given support because they believe in what we're doing. They're inspired because they know that the next generation is going to keep fighting for their land, and that's what they hoped for us. That's what they hoped for, what they did before us. And so, I also want to say that, like, the ancestors that have come before us, and the warrior men and warrior women, and everybody that has come before, that we stand on their shoulders. And they built the foundation that we're continuing on, and this is a continuation of a struggle. And so, I'm not fearful at all of what they're trying to do to us and do to our movement, because we're going to use it against them. We're going to use it against them to get our land back. We're going to use it against them to change the narrative and change the systems. They're scared because we're building power. They're scared because we're making a difference, and change doesn't come easy, and it's time that we make the changes that we're fighting for, and they can't wait. So wanted to say that much. I think this morning what we're going to do is just make our way over. We gave ourselves a little bit of time to make our way over to the courthouse so we can walk in there, and then afterwards, after the hearing, we're actually going to deliver some petitions. I think it's just in the next building over. On the next building over. So ask folks after the hearing, then we're going to deliver those petitions, because I think there's up to over 14,000 signatures on these petitions of people in this community and the state and around the country who have expressed support for what we did up there and what we did in the sacred Chesafa. And so we're going to deliver those petitions to show the state's attorney's office that that they should drop these charges. They should drop these charges because we're not criminals. We're not criminals. I mean, I was talking with the lawyers and thinking about that last night, and I was like, everybody I know that was up there, everybody I know that's here today, like, we're contributing members to this community. We're important parts of what make things happen in this community, in this place, and for our families. And so can't let them make us look like criminals when they know we're not. You know, we're mothers and fathers and people who just want a better way for our people. The one thing I wanted to say too is that, like, in this moment in history, and from that action, we've been able to build a lot of relations with the movement for Black Lives and Black Lives Matter, and there's been a lot of good dialogue happening about what our collective liberation can look like as we tear down white supremacy. And so I know that, you know, all these things that are happening around the country, what they're doing to me and the rest of the land defenders, they're doing all across this country. The amount of people that are facing charges in this nation right now is one of the times in history of that activists are being attacked, and people that stand up, and everyday people are standing up being attacked. And so at the same time we stand in solidarity with our land and what we're about, we also stand in solidarity with the movement for Black Lives, Black Lives Matter, and every other activist throughout this nation who is being attacked at this time in history. Because in the future, there are future generations to stand up and to not be complacent. And so it's an honor to do that. It's an honor to do that. And lastly, I just want to, you know, say thank you to the elders, to the treaty people, for everybody who has been fighting to get our land back in all the different ways that they have fought throughout their entire lives. And thank them, because we're going to continue to work with them to make a change and make a difference. So I'll share that much at this time, and I'll go over to the courthouse. And thank you to each and every one of you. That's it too long.
Can I just ask you a question? How are you feeling tonight?
Hey, Crystal, can you talk about the petitions? Yeah, or is it something?
Yeah. Yeah, so Pivawana, everyone. Mene Wostana Mehev. My name is Crystal Tubals. I'm Oglala Lakota, Northern Cheyenne. I'm the director of the LandBack campaign for Indian Collective. And right now we have 3 petitions that are circulating on social media all over. The first one is obviously the petition to demand to drop the charges for Nick. The second one is to drop the charges for all of the land defenders that were arrested. So there is 20 total that were arrested, 19 charged. And so we have a petition going to support them to drop their charges. And then we also have one to demand the closure of Mount Rushmore, and to also demand for the return of all public lands in the Black Hills back to the Oshati Chakoi in the nations whose traditional territories that area is. And so those 3 petitions are circulating. I just encourage everyone to sign those. We'll leave the one for Nick still open next week, starting from the 25th, so August 25th, all the way until September 4th. All of the other land defenders will have their hearings throughout those days. So encourage people to continue to support, continue to sign the petition. We're shooting for 1 million signatures on the petition to demand the closure of Mount Rushmore. So please sign that one. We'll make sure that we push it out on our social media so you have all of the links. Well, thank you.
Trying to make us seem like I'm a member of this community. I live here on Main Street in Rapid City, and so we're not going to allow them to criminalize us. We're not going to allow them to dehumanize us. And so that's the thing that's important for folks to understand. And if you actually break down, my biggest worry at the end of the day is that we live in a state where Native American and Indigenous people are 10 times more likely to be jailed or incarcerated than white people. 10 times. It's the most incarcerated population per capita in the entire country. And for folks to understand that out there. And over-criminalization is why that's happening. This is an extension of that. And this is an injustice to our people everywhere. We should not allow this system to do this great injustice to our people. And so we're going to keep fighting for our land, and we're going to keep fighting the injustice system, and we stand in solidarity with all of the people in the jails that have been persecuted by this very system that we're fighting. And to be clear, again, it's not just about getting our physical land back, it's about tearing down the system of white supremacy and racism that was created to steal our land in the first place. And that's part of what we're doing here.
And I find it very inspirational as well that these people came from us. They see it's us. It's not just you. And you make that very clear that it's you facing this and it's a community.
Hey everyone, again, thanks for joining us. We're here outside the Indian Collective's headquarters, preparing to go to Nick Tilsen's preliminary hearing. We won't be live, obviously, in the hearing. They won't let us bring it in there, but we will come live afterwards to give you all an update of what happened. And our goal is to just kind of provide information to everyone and just let them know, you know, you're looking in the chats right now, you're seeing those links dropped in. Like, please go to those links. There's more information about how to participate from where you're at and how to be part of not only helping to get all these land defenders free, but also helping to get the land back and getting, you know, Mount Rushmore back, the back hills back. You know, we're not joking. So here we're going to be speaking to some more folks.
Hi. Are you going live? Are you ready?
We are live.
Okay.
So there's like, if you want to introduce yourself and just kind of talk about what brings you here and the work you've been doing or whatever.
Okay. Hani washte, napetikile, iu ha chante, washte napechizi yapie. Imachi yapi, chante makila wi, imachi yapi wakia tuampi iyo yampawi. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to greet each and every one of you with a handshake from my heart. My name is Candy Brinkspunny, and I'm the Indigenous Justice Organizer for the ACLU. And I'm also an Oglala Lakota tribal enrolled member. So I have so many reasons to be standing here supporting our Oyate, our Akichita, our Ozuya, our land defenders, Indian Collective, and Nick Tilsen as also a member of this community of the Sapa, of the Black Hills. And yes, okay. And we are currently marching on our way to the courthouse. And we want to continue showing solidarity and support for all of the other folks who were arrested, the 20 supporters of our land back intentions. So thank you for supporting and continuing to sign and share the petition. Wopi Lataka.
So right now we're going to the courthouse where the next preliminary hearing will be.
There's Bruce, I see already in there.
Where are we going right now?
We're going to the Pennington County Courthouse, where we're heading to the preliminary hearing for myself, for the stance that we took at the land back action at Mount Rushmore. I think what happens at these preliminary hearings is they try to determine if there's enough evidence to take us to court for these charges, the trumped up charges that they're putting against us. So we'll hear a part of their part of the story, a pretty small part probably. We should get onto the crosswalk.
Alright, we're gonna head to this crosswalk. We're gonna go just across the road. We changed our mind. Again, thanks everybody who's joining us. We're here into this first hearing. There's going to be preliminary hearings for the next 2 weeks. This is just the first one. And the goal is, you know, we talked about this with folks who are arrested, about the need to support the people who are being arrested. And that's what's going on right now. Is like you're seeing that first coalescing of all these people coming together to support Nick. And then they'll also be supporting the other arrestees, the folks who were arrested at the Mount Rushmore action. If you read the information in the Facebook event for this live, you can see some background of what went down there.
When you say my name, I got scared.
So again, we won't be able to go into the courthouse. So we're just going to follow until then. Then we'll take the feed down. But definitely follow all the Indian Collective feeds today. We will come back afterwards to give you an update of what happened at the preliminary hearing and give you more information on how you can support from home, how you can support from wherever you're at. As you can see, there's a lot of supporters, all ages. And if you don't know, we are in Rapid City, South Dakota right now. And everyone who's watching, another way to support besides signing petitions is when we're live. You can hit like, share. Thank you everyone who's chatting right now. I'll do my best to take a look. They will file Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Casey. Jessica, Wanda, I just want to say good morning. Roberto, everyone watching right now, thank you so much for being here and supporting us how you can. Cassandra, I hear that was hard to hear what Nick was saying. I'll do my best to remedy that when we come back after the court. We're almost there.
Well, let's say something real quick. Hey, I just wanted to remind folks that some of the same cops that were up there, they're gonna be here today. But those cops aren't our enemy. The system that they represent are. The system of racism that they represent are. And so we're not here to have no conflict with them. But I won't be surprised if they try to create conflict with us. So let's just stand in our dignity today and not give them any power. They might try to say stuff or whatever, but let's show them how beautiful and strong our people are and stand in our own dignity. But some of them will be here. So I just wanted to warn that at the same time. So if you have warrants, go home now.
Alright, so you see a couple of police officers coming up. Probably just to show their people.
Good. How are you doing? Hey folks, hold on just a quick second. When we get going in here, everybody's going in the courthouse. Is that the plan? Okay, just a heads up. There's limited seating because of COVID that's inside the courthouse. So some of you probably aren't going to get in the courthouse. There's a viewing area that's been set up. Some of you can move to the viewing area. Anybody that can't be in the courthouse because the numbers restriction, we've got an area set aside right here behind these signs. See that post and that sign? You can have all this green space over here. All that we're asking is we keep the sidewalks open so that people can travel and everything will go fine. Fair enough?
Is everybody here planning on going inside the courthouse? Yeah. That's your plan? Okay, so we'll have seating for about probably 40-ish. That's kind of about where we're at. So, and I'm not sure that I don't believe the courtroom is open yet. What time is it? Who's got 9:31?
Yeah, we gotta get some security.
Yep, so you're good.
Okay.
I know there's not 40 here, but only stop. I know. Morning.
I'm still here.
I'm glad you're still here. We needed you today.
You know what?
I know.
The two of us hopefully will get back.
Absolutely. Can you tell us what happens in the preliminary hearing?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Alright, so this is where I'm not going to be able to go inside. I'll try to get you a little information of what's going to go down.
Good morning.
What happened to the preliminary hearing is the state basically, they put on their show and we get a chance to question some of their witnesses. But essentially this is a determination of whether there's any evidence at all, believable or not, to support any of the charges that are lodged against Nick Tilsen. And the state has to basically check every box. And if they do, then we go on to the next stage. It's not a guilt or innocence determination. It's whether there's any basis to keep going. But the real question is why does the state want to have a preliminary hearing and a big show versus the usual way they do it, which is by right?
Well, thank you for that. You're welcome. So folks are going inside. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get through the metal detector if I go in there. Maybe I can get to the metal detector, but they're going to stop me.
Did I cut you off? I didn't need to do that.
What do you think? Should I try you in? The metal detector?
Try and see.
Oh no, I actually have no idea. Alright, are we going to get... Pretty sure... Alright, okay, sounds good. Alright, I was correct. So we're going to go ahead and take the feed down. We'll step away a second. This over here. So we are here at the courthouse. I'll give you a view of the... we're getting the audio. I understand there was a little buzzy there. Let me see if I can look at the chat really quick. Do you have any support statements you want? Tell us where you're at right now, where you're watching from. Let me know. I'll try to repeat that. Thank you, Clara. Jessica, thank you so much. Thank you. Rose. This way. See folks going in. I'm trying to go in. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for all your prayers. I know there's a lot of prayers going on across Turtle Island right now. We're really thankful for that. We're thankful for all the support we've been getting. Everyone who signed the petitions. I think one of the petitions is up at over 14,000 now. And so please keep signing, keep sharing. We're going to keep growing those petitions together. And we'll be back live here probably in about 2 hours. So I was going to give you a view of me. I decided not to. show you. So I'm going to take this feed down now. Again, just bear with us. And again, thank you so much for being here, relatives. And we'll talk soon. I said that as long as I can instantly go down.
If you want to go in, we should be able to go in, just as long as it's not up.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I'm going to take it down here and then we'll go listen and stuff. Thank you so much.
All right.
Again, it's a big thing. Thank you to Daytona Beach, Florida. We got a first person letting me know where they're at. You can see me kind of in the reflection. We'll talk soon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, like I said. And this we'll be updating you as soon as we can. We'll be live as soon as everyone comes out of the court. Again, we're not allowed to be live in the courts. Sometimes some courts allow different media, but it's a lot of negotiating. It looks like here there won't, which is, pretty norms. And talk to you soon.